Yo, what's up guys, Nitro here, and today I've got a really helpful video that's going to help a lot of people save a lot of money. We're going to be repairing a dashboard, and this is going to be quite the challenge because, you know, you've got all these cracks and stuff right here, but the biggest problem for me with this specific dashboard, which is for a 3rd gen Firebird, I don't know if the Camaro might be the same size, shape, and everything, I'm not sure, but anyway. This corner right here is completely broke off. It's supposed to come down to here. It's supposed to look like this side where it comes to a nice point. But somebody used the corner of the car to help pull themselves out of, like they'd grab it and pull, to help them get out of the car. And probably because they were too old to be driving it. And what we're going to be doing to fill it in and fix it is we're going to be using some Bondo glass. And what this is just regular Bondo, but it's got short strands of fiberglass in it to help it stay strong and rigid. And since we're going to make some big patches, like this is going to be a really big patch here, big one here, and this corner, I'm gonna peel this off, scrape it back, whatever, and try to reconstruct the actual shape of the corner best I can. And hopefully it doesn't fall off. If it does, I mean, I'm gonna have to try some other stuff, and or maybe I'll just sand it over, smooth it, and have just a smooth corner over here. I don't really know, but I do know that this is going to save a lot of people a lot of money, because I know just this dashboard, to get one that's not broken, just not cracked or whatever, it's $400. And of course you could get a rug or a dash cover mat or whatever, but that just doesn't look as good. And so what we're going to do, we'll put the Bondo in it, you know, sand it out, smooth it out, make it look good, and then paint it black. Okay, for some reason, I don't know why, but I never said what I actually ended up doing. So, I took a Rockwell saw, or a vibrating saw. It's very similar to the kind that they use to cut off a cast. And it's just got a blade that, you know, goes back and forth. And I used that on an angle, and what I did is I cut a few inches to either side of the cracks, because the plastic around the cracks was very brittle. And so I cut like around the outside of the cracks, and then I took the sandpaper, or the sander with 40 grit sandpaper, and kind of angled the edges of the plastic inward to where they kind of sloped down until they became nothing. And I tried leaving as much foam in there as I could, and I just basically tried to remove the rotted plastic, because most of the plastic covering was still malleable and, you know, kind of flexible and whatnot. And so if you're doing this to yours, you can see right now I'm breaking off extra chips of plastic that were still brittle. Make sure you get rid of all the brittle plastic, because if you don't, it's just going to crack more. Anyway, and you can see the corner where I kind of cleaned everything up. So, yo guys, what up? So we have done some sanding on it, and this corner turned out phenomenal. And the reason it is looking all funky and jank right now is because I sanded it down and got it shaped really, really good. It turned out fantastic, like way better than I thought it would, honestly. And it was wiggling a lot because the foam was the only thing that the Bondo was attached to, and it had actually shattered some more of the plastic. So what I did is I took this stuff right here called Lexel, and it is super, super, super strong glue, and cures and glues to everything pretty much. We use it out here in the shop. Dries clear, not that really matters, but I put a butt ton of it on the inside of this. I pulled it off with the foam, and it stayed in one piece, thankfully. Didn't break, probably because of all the fiber in it. It's very strong stuff. It doesn't break. It just kind of, it's like, it's flexible. Like normal Bondo, it'll snap like that. Not many fibers in that piece, but I mean, it'll snap, but this stuff is so strong that will not break. That will not snap right now. And I mean, it very, very, very strong stuff. I can't break that. But and normal Bondo would just snap, but this piece right here probably has a lot of fibers in it. But anyway, so that is going to work. And once again, I'm using the same technique as we did before. Piece of plastic under it, 2 pieces of plastic on the side to kind of help form it. And yeah, I just made sure that I got, like, that is way too much in the whole scheme of everything. But what it is it's like gonna give us our angle, because it was like it almost went far enough, but then it kind of curved back down, kind of like that, instead of being like over here. It kind of was like cutting off over there, so we were missing a bunch. And hopefully that Bondo sticks to the dried and hardened Bondo. And of course, whenever all that dries in a couple hours, I'll just get the chisel thing, the Rockwell saw, and I'll just cut off all of the extra crap and, you know, sand it down. Right now I'm about to do the regular Bondo. It's important that you buy regular Bondo as well as Bondo glass, because the Bondo glass is great for the structural rigidity of making huge patches like I've done. Just so it's not brittle like regular Bondo, but it doesn't smooth as well, I guess. It has little air pockets and stuff like that that are much more frequent in the Bondo glass. So getting regular Bondo and going over top of the dried Bondo glass after you've sanded a bunch of it is a good idea. I sanded all the Bondo down, and this is super freaking ridiculously smooth. I've got the shape of this thing perfect. This corner right here came together beautifully. It literally looks like I can't tell a difference from this side and that side. Like, once I paint it black, it's gonna be so freaking good. Alright, now I'm just gonna leave it till morning. Alright guys, so this is the next day, and I have sanded it really good. It is ready to be painted, and I'm just gonna use some, just some generic primer, and put a coat of primer on it, and then I'm gonna go get my black paint and put some black paint on there. So for some reason, I don't have a clip of me showing after I got it painted black, but anyway, it's in my car. It's been in there for a couple months now. I actually let it sit in the garage for a couple days to let the Bondo cure and the paint completely cure before I put it in my car, because I didn't know what it would do after sitting in the sun, And it has turned out absolutely fantastic. It hasn't cracked anymore, except for one spot. One tiny little spot on the left side by the little speaker cover. Not the back, but at the front, where it's puckered up just a little bit. But, it may not happen to everyone. It happened to me, and I will eventually fix it. It's just going to take, taking it back out, cutting that part out, and, redoing the Bondo. I don't know why it curled up. I guess I just didn't get all the rotted plastic out, but it's not even that big of a deal. And, anyway, so if you liked the video, definitely hit subscribe. Definitely like the video. If this was helpful to you. I'm going to flock my dash pretty soon. I'll have a video on that. And but anyway, I don't know why I didn't show it, but it looks great. You got the gist of how to do it to your car. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.